Well, the overcast weather continues on. I'm just going to go to the dock too. Yeah, overcast weather's continuing. The birds are enjoying it. They're perched up there on the power line as usual. This is Monday, the couple of days after the historic election that took place on Saturday. Yes, it does look as though the Liberals are going to be have plenty of seats at their disposal. They'll be able to govern in their own right, so they won't have to worry about the support of independents. So that's fairly good news. My bank balance took a bit of a hit because they took that 30% for the I had to pay initially for the 2-bedroom apartment in Seville. They've taken that money out, so that's paid up already. So and I'll be up for another lot in about 60 days, I think, to pay the balance. So that'll be a big one, and I'll also have to pay the airfares on my next credit card bills before that. So it'll be done in instalments. Actually, it's quite orderly. It's not bad. And one good, a definite positive for me financially from the election would have been better if I was actually put a bet on it, because I was paying about 8 to 1s with some bets. I mean, the ludicrous thing is actually, if you'd put a bet down on Sportsbook on the coalition as well as Labor, you would have won on both counts, because they paid out on the Labor win before the actual election, and I still just don't understand the logic of that. And they didn't have to pay you again if you'd bet on the coalition as well. You get double the returns. It's just bizarre. But for me, because I didn't do that, actually I do have a sports bet account online as well, so I could have done it. But instead of the financial gain off is because of the stock market has actually taken quite a boost today. Of course, they love, the bank stocks love it, because Shorten was a real bank basher and they didn't like that at all, so they've jumped up quite a bit. And I've had other stocks go up as well, so it's been quite a good day on the market, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Oh, a lot of pedestrian traffic today, and a lot of traffic on the road as well. But as you can see, just clouds everywhere. It's been like this for quite a few days. Just very occasional patches of sunshine, but overall just grey, overcast, and cooling down a little bit as well, but not too bad. Of course, the one consistent thing is the wind. It never stops. It's been blowing again today, so I get a hell of a cross breeze in my flat, so that's good. Gee, more people out. I mean, everybody seems to be out for a walk today. Incredible. Mind you, it was a pretty ordinary weekend weather-wise, even worse than this. Had a fair bit of rain on the weekend, so there's a bit of clear sky over there. Fingers crossed. Just got to buy some provisions at the supermarket, because as I say, I haven't actually been out for 2 days. I intended to go out yesterday afternoon, but I didn't get round to it. So, and my neighbour, I found out my neighbour didn't want. Geez, there's people everywhere today. My neighbour actually decided to not take up the option of renting the car space. I thought it was quite a good deal. I was just going to charge him $5 a week, but he's decided to just park it in the visitors area. So I don't know if does he regard $5 a week as too steep. I think it's incredibly cheap. I mean, it's not like we're in the middle of a big city, but gee, it's still $5 as token, I would have thought. Just unbelievable. People, like I say, I think people didn't go out on the weekend to do any shopping, because there's just so many people passing me by. You can't see it on camera, but I assure you they're there. So it sort of makes it a bit difficult to do the videos. I feel a bit self-conscious when I've got a whole lot of people around me talking to a stupid GoPro, and I'm going to be stuck with the same GoPro until I get back from Spain, because the new model won't be out until after I get back. So this will be okay, but if there's no improvement in the sound, I'm not going to bother by getting the new one. I get the current model until they improve that again. And all that grey weather just continues. It's about 4:30 on a Tuesday afternoon. Look at that out there. Those hills are totally covered in mist, and it's just grey everywhere. Check that out. A little bit of clear sky over there, but it hasn't had much effect on the weather today. There's been very little sunshine, if any. Maybe there's a little bit in the morning, that was about it, but yeah, it's been very ordinary weather, and you wonder when it's going to break. I mean, I have had about 2 or 3 weeks of nice weather since I've been back, which has been appreciated, but this has been dragging on for about a week or more, so it's getting a little depressing. But it is warm, it's not cold. Well, it's nice to see a bit of sun today. It's actually not a bad day as it's turned out, so this is really appreciated. So looking good, looking good. And I'm just going down to PJ's, have a Guinness. I found out about another bar there. Actually, I was looking up bars today because there's a night venue. It's called Alexa. It opens on on Wednesdays through to Sundays, and it's got live music, and it's got pretty good reviews, and it's just near where the RSL is. So you go straight down this road right to basically to where the water is, and down to the Esplanade, and that's basically it. It's just on the right hand side, on the opposite side of the road, Abbott Street. So yeah, I have to check that out. It sounds like a good little place. So I also checked out how much it would cost me to get a flight from Singapore to Ho Chi Minh City, and yeah, they're pretty cheap. Only about 70 bucks I think it was a flight each way. So that's not going to do much to the overall travel budget. Most of the pain there will be the accommodation in Spain and the euros, I'd imagine. And I'm only going to be in Vietnam for a little less than 2 to 3 weeks, so it's a relatively short trip there on the way back. But I already spent a month in Spain, so I think, don't need to really overdo the Vietnam part of the trip. So that's all looking good. And even if when I go down to Melbourne, I'm actually got the whole day free, so I'm supposedly get in about 10 AM, and my flight back to Cairns is about 5. So it gives me enough time to go and see my cousin if I want, right in the eastern suburbs. But if I don't feel up to that, catch up with friends in Melbourne. So that'd be nice, I guess. So we'll see how that works out. Yeah, like I say, really nice day today. Very good. Yeah, I'm going to do a bit more research and do some other videos. I had a funny thing with my computer sort of froze on me when it's on the video program, but that can happen with any computer. So overall, I'm still very happy with the new computer I bought. It was a really good move. Also a good move to upgrade my internet connection. Pay $10 extra a month. Made a huge difference to the uploads. They're really fast now. So, and the downloads are faster as well, but depends on the program. You don't notice it with certain things, but overall, yeah, the capacity is much greater. It's good. So sensible move. And when I go OS, I'll just downgrade it, so at least I'll save myself $10 a month while I'm away. I don't think I'm going to suspend the account and save more money. I think that's about the best I can do, but at least I won't be paying the top dollar while I'm away. Pretty pointless thing, I'm not here. But you can do that automatically online, so that'd be a smart move. And I'm still trying to learn a bit of the old Spanish. It's getting a little confusing with a little bit of the grammar and stuff, but that's just because I'm not concentrating enough. But overall, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think I'll be even better than I was the previous trip. I mean, I've still got 3 months to go, and I've already started doing sort of the brushing up on the stuff I'd learnt previously, and I think I'm pretty well back to where I was. I don't think there's going to be yeah, it's not that much more to do, and I'm only, there's about 10, this is the basic course, there's 10 different discs, and I've only gone through about 13 in total, and there's 10 in each, so it's a hell of a lot more material to go through. So, a lot of things to learn, but I'm learning the basics, and I also hope I can do that meet up group for Spanish, which forces you to actually speak Spanish, and for, you know, part of the night. I think the guy's fairly strict about it. He hasn't got the next one lined up, but I'm a little nervous because I really don't know enough to hold a good conversation yet. I just don't feel confident enough, so I'll have to work on it even harder. But it certainly made a huge difference to my last trip in Spain, so if I'm even more confident than the previous time, it's going to be a real asset. Ideally, I'd love to be able to just have fluent conversations, but I don't know if I'll ever get to that level, but I can only try. And, you know, it's the old adage, practice does make perfect. So, yeah, it's a good thing to do, and of course it is easier than Vietnamese, so it's always relative. Spanish is a hell of a lot easier than Vietnamese because there's thousands of words that have just got slightly different endings in Spanish compared to English, and it's just the pronunciation's different basically. It just takes a slow adjustment. God, it's weird cars. God, that was totally illegal what they just did there, I'm sure. They turned from one main road to the next. I've never seen anybody else do that. They were driving slowly, that's the main thing. Yeah, a bit of breeze, unfortunately, you're going to get a bit of noise with the microphone, but yes, it's probably due to stay off the politics for a second. I've done a few political videos, and just get back to the old basics about Cairns. So tomorrow, the electrical guy should be coming around to do my lights. I'm pretty happy with the quote. I am going to get a discount for cash, so that was worth asking, and yeah, it should be less than $1,000 overall, which is actually quite good considering that the size of my place is actually bigger than my other flat. And I remember when I got that with downlights put into that particular flat, and this would have been a decade ago at least, maybe 15 years. It was, I think it cost me $900. So if I can get below 1,000 these days, I'm doing very well. The actual labour component of the job, they quoted me at about $93 something per hour, and apparently $100 an hour is not unusual for electricians, so that's slightly below that. So my general rule of thumb in Cairns is the further away you get from this part of town, the centre, the cheaper you'll find stuff. So B's Electrics, I think they're called, is actually a few suburbs up the road, and I've generally find it is much better value. They said they're going to charge me for the travel and everything, but I hadn't noticed that the quote was that much more with the travel and sorting all the items. So it's pretty well an identical job to what I had done back in my flat, but it's, if anything, it'll be line ball if it's more or less in nominal terms, which in real terms it's much less. And as I say, my flat is twice as big as the one I had back in Melbourne, so to do the downlights, I've estimated 12 in total to be required, so we'll see how we go on that one. That's more than enough, I think, really, because they're talking about up to 3 lights in the kitchen. The kitchen's tiny, 2 would definitely do it there, so it's crazy. But and you can also, these lights, you can actually vary the colour of the white light, so that's a new feature I haven't tried. There's 3 different settings you can do on the actual lights. It's actually in the socket, I guess, it's not the actual globe, so that's something I didn't, a new innovation, I guess. Anyway, tomorrow about 9:30, hopefully he'll be at my place, and it'll all start, and hopefully it'll all be finished in one day, because it's supposed to be 6 to 7 hours of work. So fingers crossed it all goes well. But I had very good reviews on Google, and I do find Google fairly trustworthy as a review mechanism. So fingers crossed it all works out. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.